This is about February 1948. The location was the same where MH370 was last seen on radar in 2014, the Strait of Malacca. This place is a narrow sea strip between Malaysia and Indonesia, through which thousands of ships of the world pass. That day, the weather was completely clear, the sea calm, and the air also cool, like normal days. On this same route, many ships of America and Britain were traveling. Everything was normal, but suddenly, many ships' radios received a strange signal. Welcome once again to the video. This strange signal was in Morse code format. Morse code is an old communication method, but it is much more reliable than voice messages. Usually, if voice is transmitted on radio, it depends on distance and obstacles present in the atmosphere, such as fog, dust, and moisture. And when there are obstacles, the audio message does not completely reach the receiver. Either it fades away or reaches the receiver with distortion. In comparison to this, Morse code is a combination of dots and dashes, which can be decoded at the receiver to form a complete English sentence. The biggest advantage of this message is that it can be sent thousands of kilometers away despite atmospheric obstacles. That day, the Morse code received at the Malacca Strait started something like this: 3 dots, 3 dashes, and then again 3 dots. This same pattern was repeated twice, and then a long sequence of dots and dashes was written. After decoding, the initial part was SOS. The translation of the full message was SOS. From steamship SS Orang Medan, request that ships with shortwave wireless contact a doctor immediately. This was the first message received. After that, without any waiting, the second message came, and its translation was, "Probably the second officer is dead. Other members of the crew have also died. Do not give medical advice. SOS request immediate help from a warship." After this second message, Orang Medan sent its position and then sent the last message, which was perhaps incomplete. In the last message, it was written only "I die," and then the message ended. A long silence fell. The radio operators of the other ships replied immediately, but no further response came. For the next several minutes, the silence continued, and all the ships that had received the message understood that something terrible had happened to a ship named SS Orang Medan. After receiving these frightening messages, the nearest American merchant ship, called Silver Star, decided to head toward the location from where the signal had come. They changed their course and began moving quickly toward SS Orang Medan. At first, they thought that perhaps the ship was sinking or had been attacked. After several hours of travel, when Silver Star reached near the location, they saw through binoculars that there was, indeed, a ship standing there. And when they moved closer, the crew of Silver Star were surprised to see that SS Orang Medan was in perfectly fine condition. There was no damage to the ship, nor were there any signs of water entering it. It was just floating silently on the water. If anything seemed strange, it was that, despite having a steam engine, no smoke was coming out of the chimney above. The strangest thing was that there was no movement on the deck. Such a large ship, and completely silent, the captain of Silver Star could not understand anything. He made several calls over the loudspeaker and sounded the horn, but there was only the sound of ocean waves. Finally, the captain of Silver Star decided to send a team onto the ship to uncover the mystery. When a rescue team boarded SS Orang Medan, the atmosphere inside was quite cold and completely silent. Then their eyes fell on the first dead body. This was no ordinary corpse. The man's face was distorted with fear. His eyes and mouth were wide open, as if he had seen something terrifying at the moment of death. His body was stiff, and his hands were stretched forward, as if he were trying to stop something. As the rescue team moved ahead, they found more bodies. Corpses were scattered all over the deck. The captain was dead at his position. The other officers were dead on the bridge. Even the ship's dog was found dead. The dog's death also did not seem normal. It too was stiff. His mouth was also open. The most shocking thing was that there were no marks of wounds on any body. No nails were broken, nor was there any injury found on them. Nor were any signs of a fight found there. Just the same terrifying expression was on everyone's faces. When the rescue team reached the radio room, they found the dead body of the radio operator who had sent those messages. His fingers were still on the Morse code key in the same position when he had sent the I die message. The rescue team of Silver Star confirmed something very abnormal had happened. No injury marks, everyone died due to fear. They decided the ship should be tied with ropes and taken to the nearest port for further investigation. As the rescue team started tying ropes, smoke began coming out from cargo hold number 4. At first, it was light smoke, but within moments, the fire flared up rapidly. The fire spread so rapidly that the rescue team had no option except to run. They immediately jumped back into their small boats, saving their lives, heading back towards Silver Star. As they reached their ship, a massive explosion occurred on the SS Urang Medan, which scattered the wreckage of the ship far and wide into the sea. Within moments, that mysterious ship sank into the depths of the ocean with all its secrets and those terrifying dead bodies. Now there was no evidence left. There was only the testimony of the Silver Star crew members in front of whom this entire incident had happened. Because no evidence existed, many people called it a fabricated story, and some began making conspiracy theories about it. Some researchers said that no ship named SS Urang Medan was officially registered in Lloyd's shipping register, which keeps records of ships around the world. No name of this ship was found. But on the other side, researchers who believe in this incident think that it was the period just after World War II. At that time, many foreign ships operated under fake names or were not registered at all. It is possible that SS Urang Medan was also one of them, or that it was involved in some illegal activity and therefore was not registered. Sometime later, in 1954, Dutch news, an article was published in the newspaper explaining the full case of SS Urang Medan. It included interviews with people who had worked on this mysterious ship. Some crew members claimed Urang Medan was involved in smuggling illegal goods, perhaps explaining why it was not registered. Attempts to trace the ship's owner failed due to lack of evidence. Years later, in 2003, the CIA declassified secret files. One related to the SS Urang Medan. It was a letter to the CIA, dated May 29, 1958. It detailed the accident, stating that solving the Urang Medan tragedy could unlock mysteries of other disappearing ships and planes. Whether investigated or not, the letter remained in secret files for 45 years. Finally declassified in 2003. Today, it's still on the CIA's website. The most accepted theory then was that dangerous chemicals were loaded onto the SS Urang Medan. World War II had recently ended. Japan and Germany possessed deadly chemicals. This ship was rumored to be smuggling them, like potassium cyanide or nitroglycerin. Experts say if salty seawater mixes with potassium cyanide, a highly poisonous gas is released. Inhaled, it causes a chemical reaction in the lungs, leading to immediate death by suffocation. This theory explains the lack of wounds on the bodies. Nitroglycerin, an explosive chemical, can spontaneously detonate if improperly stored. The fire seen by the rescue team might have resulted from this chemical. Another theory suggests the ship carried material from Unit 731, Unit 731, a terrifying Japanese army unit, conducted biological experiments. After Japan lost the war, America sought to relocate their scientists. This ship might have carried that secret material. They were carrying biological weapons or chemicals, and due to a leak on the way, the entire crew died. Because this was a secret mission, the ship was not registered anywhere. When the CIA declassified that letter after 45 years, people's belief in this theory became even stronger. The crew of the Silver Star reported that the atmosphere there was very heavy. The dog's death and it freezing in an aggressive posture shows that perhaps it had seen something terrifying there. This point takes the incident toward a supernatural mystery. The truth of SS Orang Medan is still buried somewhere in the depths of the ocean. We can only guess, but if we think logically, the chemical leak theory seems the strongest. Smuggling Japanese war crime chemicals and lack of safety took the lives of those poor sailors. This incident reminds us how many secrets are hidden in the ocean. Even today, when ships pass through the Strait of Malacca, old sailors remember the story of SS Orang Medan. This story tells us that no matter how much humans progress, they are still helpless before nature and fate. Hope you all will like and share this video as well. Thank you very much for your loving comments. See you in the next video.